Hello, this is George Harker. Join me as I go off to Kalaupapa National Historic Park to observe monk seals. 9 in a series of 9 documenting the life history of the Hawaiian monk seal, days 47 through 50. The central element is mom teaching the pup to find solid food from day 1. When weaned, the pup is quite proficient at finding its own food. Fair use notice. The following may contain copyrighted materials made available to advance understanding. It is believed that this constitutes a fair use of any such copyrighted materials provided for in Section 107 of the U.S. copyright laws. It's a very special time over at Kalaupapa. Lona, RO17, will be weaning her pup. Lona is rightfully proud of her pup and will present her to me during this visit. Lona was first observed at Kalaupapa in 2003. This is her 8th pup at Kalaupapa. A female that will be identified as LO6. According to NOAA's Fisheries Office of Protected Resources, nursing occurs for about 1 month, during which time the mother fasts and remains on land. After this period, the mother abandons her pup and returns to sea. There is nothing in NOAA's Pacific Island Fisheries Office of Protected Resources statement that has any validity at all. Note and understand what is documented within this video, and you will understand why Pacific Island Fisheries Science Center and Pacific Islands Regional Office programs do not and cannot assist the monk seal. On the contrary, fundamental problems within the agencies are the cause of an accelerated decline in the seals, a situation not found in other divisions of NOAA managing similarly endangered marine species. For those with eyes to see and ears to hear, part of a continuum of mother monk seal teaching pup to find solid food while nursing. Documenting monk seal pup learning to find solid food during specific days 47 through 50. Nursing occurs 50 days plus or minus. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon of day 47 and I find Lona and her pup nursing on Papaloa Beach. Look at the size of that pup, nearly 7 weeks old, and she's huge. It's about an hour and a half later than our previous clip, and we find RH44 72-day-old pup. The young male was weaned about a month ago and has been on its own ever since. He's going to pay a visit to Lona and her pup and will not be well received. Mother Lona becomes aware and moves against the errant pup. The pup scurries off with its tail between its flippers. Mother returns, believing that a further adjustment in the pup's location is necessary. Mother Lona makes a couple more adjustments until Junior clears the area. Lona, having disposed of the visiting 72-day-old pup, decides to come over and visit with me. Lona, RO17, often comes over when she sees me on shore at Kalapapa or Shark Pit. What would surprise me with this visit was that it would be our first conversation. Pup is tagging along and takes a moment to check me out. The pup then returns to what it is doing, and that is foraging for food. Head is down and pup is blowing air and water to move sand. This is a fascinating sequence because we are so close and the water is so clear.
Poor cutie. Yeah.
After a brief exchange, we watch as the pup continues to search for food. Pup proceeds to demonstrate its food-gathering prowess for the benefit of the camera. Pup is actively looking for food by moving sand and water and air. By golly, the pup has got something, and you can see it chewing. An extraordinary demonstration of the pup's food-gathering ability just before weaning. Mother Lona is clearly pleased with her pup and wants to more formally introduce her to me. This decision will ultimately cost Lona her life and that of her pup. A further incomplete explanation of this statement will be presented in a subsequent video. Lona decides to come ashore and more personally introduce the pup.
Beautiful. Yes.
Oh,
Gorgeous. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's gotten a lot bigger since a month ago.
yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I think we have to stop meeting like this. Yeah. It's all right. weaning tonight? Time for weaning? Is that what you're telling me?
Wow.
Beautiful pup you have there. Lona, I like your pup. Gorgeous. I think the Noah people are going to get very upset if we keep meeting like this. Yeah, I do. It's a beautiful girl. Proud of you. Yeah. You gonna wean her today? It's time, isn't it? Yeah, you got to. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't think you should get this close. I'm gonna go. Okay? I'll see you. I'm gonna go. Take care.
Reluctantly, I have to rebuff Lono's advances to have physical contact. But I know from experience that NOAA personnel are intent on vilifying the monk seal and anyone that stands in their way. Meanwhile, RH-44's pup is hauled out on some rocks and having a snooze. It's about 7 in the evening on day 47, and Mom and Pop are snoozing on the beach. It's morning of day 48, and RO-17 and her pup are on the beach. Looks like they're just snoozing. "1:39 in the afternoon, and Mom and Pop are just chilling out on the beach. It's later in the afternoon, and Mom is cruising, looking for her pup. They find each other, and it's time for a snack. Why not? It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we find our seals on day 49 out in heavy surf, bobbing up and down, looking for food. This is in such sharp contrast to yesterday, when the seals were in shallow water and spent the day nursing or snoozing. Some classic flippers up shot of monk seals looking for food. Just a half hour later, and our foraging dynamic duo has come closer in toward shore and is working in the shallows, looking for food. The thing to note here is that the pup is munching down various items, and Mom is nearby, just hanging on the surface or slightly below the surface, seemingly keeping an eye on things, but not being involved. A good belly shot that demonstrates how you can tell a female monk seal by the location of its nipples around its navel. Here's the distance shot. You can see the pup off left of center. Mom is to the right, maybe submerged. Hard to see, but she's there. A better view of Mom just off to the right. Notice how she's just chilling out there, keeping an eye on things. Later in the afternoon of day 49, and the pup is still out actively foraging for food, as Mother sits nearby, keeping an eye on things. It's later in the afternoon. Mother, quietly observing nearby, slips away, and the pup is weaned. It's morning on day 50, and the pup is alone where it has spent the night by itself. I would not characterize the pup as abandoned. I would say the pup has been weaned. Mother is nearby, and she will check in either later the day or the next day to see how the pup is doing. In the weeks to follow, the pup will feed around Kalapapa. In a month or so, it'll go off with its mom back to Maui. Mom has been preparing the pup for this day since the day it was born. Nobody raises a monk seal better than a mama monk seal. Noah should keep that in mind. Thank you. Weanings that I have observed involve a close interaction between mom and pup. As illustrated here, the pup goes about its business of surviving, with mother quietly observing from nearby. Mother seals do not abandon their pups at weaning. They just give the pup space to develop its own identity. They reconnect in days, and in the weeks to follow, take the pup with them to their foraging area. This account was written some 15 months after the weaning, and mom and pup are repeatedly seen interacting in the waters off Lahaina. National Marine Fisheries Service. We have the Pacific Island Regional Office, and we have the Pacific Island Fisheries Science Center. They run the Hawaiian monk seal research programs. Specific examples of NOAA's Pacific Island Fisheries Science Center created problems. Understand that Pacific Island Fisheries reintroduced the monk seal back to the main Hawaiian Islands in 1994, and you will be better able to grasp the level of deceit and deception with current programs. The most destructive program is helping seal moms and their pups in the northern Hawaiian Islands during the pupping period. Programs such as supplemental feeding, translocation, handling pups for any reason directly undercut mother seals' instructions for survival. A most egregious allegation. A word about human interaction with monk seals. Pacific Island Fisheries Science Center portrays any interaction with a monk seal as affecting its wild nature and should be avoided at all costs. Monk seals, like dolphins and whales, are known to communicate with sound and telepathically with humans. For more information on this topic, search Communicating with Monk Seals, Whales, and Dolphins on the internet. It will be further explored in subsequent videos. Seal protection zones, SPZs, are often staked out around seals to protect them from encounters with curious and loving public. Looking at the seals of Kalapapa, we find seals are more apt to return to a different area than the one they previously occupied. Note that on any day the seals are in and out of the water numerous times. As a practical matter, where is the SPZ to be located? The use of SPZs is another hazing technique which is uncalled for. Bleach marking is another hazing technique used to encourage seals to go elsewhere. Touted as aiding identification, it is not necessary. Seals shed their skin annually, and depending on a transient mark for identification makes no sense. Bleach marks are often unreadable. Bottom line is that they deface the natural beauty of the animal, spoiling the once-in-a-lifetime photo opportunity for many. Bleach adds a scent that sharks associate with monk seals as prey. Hazing seals to change their basic behavior toward humans as part of NOAA's Pacific Islands Fisheries Science Center's programs to assist the monk seal's survival speaks most clearly to how flawed NOAA's programs are. It is totally contrary to the basic concepts of the Endangered Species Protection Act. In looking at other NOAA seal protection programs such as those for Pacific Fisheries Harbor seal, we find a much more enlightened attitude where indigenous groups are allowed to manage the species according to traditional cultural practices. KP2 is an example of deceit and deception of NOAA's Pacific Island Fisheries Science Center. Facts, not abandoned as stated by Pacific Science Center, but rather taken from mother at about 1 day old. Kept from water for 20 days, which is probable cause of cornea edema and going blind. Released after 8 months of captivity. Loses 50 pounds from release date to recapture. Clearly unable to adequately feed self, although capable of catching some fish. Held in solitary confinement in Waikiki Aquarium is an example of successful intervention of NOAA program. About $30 million allocated for monk seal harassment in the last 6 years. Monk seal communication. Perhaps you've already picked this up from the video. The making of this video had the full cooperation and support of the monk seals imaged within. It would not have been possible without their full cooperation, indeed their guidance during the filming. Forces were at work in the universe that put me in the right places at the right time to catch the subtle details and secrets of monk seal life. This video is dedicated to the memory of those seals that died over the years at the hands of those who were supposed to protect them. Some died from the negative consequences of good intentions, while all too many were the intended results carried out by those making a living in the name of saving a species. The most disturbing deaths were those targeted because of their association with Dr. George Harker and their efforts to get their story told. Stopping the millions in funding will go a long way to aiding seals. You have permission to download and distribute this video through any venue, commercial or non-commercial, under the condition that you do not alter the content in any way. Translations are fine. Special thanks Eric K. Brown, marine ecologist, Kalapapa National Historical Park; Julie Lopez, Friends Among Seals, Molokai; James K. Walsh, PC, Attorney at Law, Eugene, Oregon. Until next time, peace be with you.